Hello everybody, this is Donnie Rocket Karting, and this is race 1 of my 2023 karting season. This is KRA 1 out at Newcastle Motorsports Park in Indiana. I'm running LO206 Masters, and this is the final. I didn't do any video during, prior to the final. The format for the day was 2 practices, and then a qualifying, and then the actual race. No pre-final, no heats, none of that stuff. So this is your one and only shot right now for glory. If you have any issues, that's the brakes. And guess what? It's going to be the brakes for me. I'll just let that cat out of the bag right now. It was a cold day. It was mid-30s. It was actually right around 32 or 33 when I got there, but when we went out for practice, it was mid-30s. I did not go out on what would be an ideal tire pressure. I really didn't have a whole lot of experience running MG Reds in the cold weather. To me, at 21 pounds, when somebody said, bump up the air pressure, 21 pounds seemed like a lot to me. But I came to find out that being in the vicinity of 25 to 26 pounds was pretty good. The tires came in quick. You could run close to race pace fairly quickly with that type pressure. So I had basically 0 hard laps leading up to this because I only did about 4 or 5 laps in each practice and only 3 laps in qualifying, and my tires never got grippy. I was just sliding around way off the pace. But for this race, I did, get the good word, and I bumped my pressures up to 24.5. It was about mid-45s when this race took off. So it had gotten warmer by about 10 degrees from previous time on the track. So the start's okay. Like I said, I haven't really turned a hard lap yet, and my last laps are on slick tires, so I don't know how good these are going to hold just yet. So I go fairly reserved through the first couple turns, plus there's people, it's too wide. Nobody wants to crash on the first couple turns. And usually I'm able to, down here on these corners here, close this gap back up. And you see, I'm closing back in right now a little bit already. Part of that is due to the decent amount of traffic in front of me, as the carts directly in front of me, they don't really have anywhere to go either. So I've closed up the gap. We're going to get down here. Things are going to get bunched up here, I think, here in just a second. But I'm realizing, hey, the higher pressures are definitely working right now. So go around here again. You can see they get bunched up. I'm able to get by the 18, or the 78, I mean, and put a little bit of a gap. And I pull back up on the 454, and I get right behind him here. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what the deal was, but that was the end of my front camera. It stopped working. It just shut off. At least I got a little footage, but not much. Now, my rear camera, it kept working through the entire event. And as you can see, I throw a little bit of distance down on these guys. Not much, but I have caught up to the cart in front of me, and he's caught the cart in front of him, so there's, I'm kind of stuck on the end of a log jam right there. Trying to figure out where to pass. I probably should have been thinking a little more defensively that there were actually people behind me doing the same thing that I'm trying to do. They've caught me, so now they're trying to figure out how the hell to get past me. And we're going to come to some sections where, right there, a lot of the local guys, they know where to really try to make the moves. I know a little bit, but it's not first instinct, and I got a move put on the inside of me, and then another cart is going to try to follow. So I'm approaching the hardest left right here with 2 carts on the inside of me and a cart in front of me. I take it a little wide. I don't know if I just drove myself off or if they kind of washed out into me a little bit. I don't know. It's whatever it was, because driving in the grass usually isn't a big deal, but as you can hear, it obliterated my front bumper. I get down to the end of the straightaway, and when I go to turn, my bumper's pushing too hard on the track, and I've got no grip on my front tires, and off the track I go. Got to hop around a little bit because I high-sided right here trying to get back on the track after I'd knocked all my speed down. And, fortunately after a few hops I get rolling, but it's still dragging. I couldn't turn. I'm going to have to pull off the track. Didn't even complete 2 laps under full power. Now looking back on it, when I pulled off down here, I should have looked at my bumper, stomped a dent out of it. It would have popped it up off the track. And then just gone out and logged in some laps for some practice, got a little bit more time for my money. You know, less than 2 laps. You know, for a race day, it's a little bit frustrating. You know, nothing. It's my fault, nobody else's fault but mine. But you know, you don't want to. It's not a good maximization of your funds right there to go out and be out in 2 laps. It happens though. So, looking back on it, I should have stomped out my bumper and gone back out for a few more laps. But I did accidentally leave my rear camera going, so I figured I'd throw some time lapse in there. Pretty easy to one-man put my cart in the back of my F-150 pickup truck, so if you're a single-man operation out there and you don't have a trailer and all that good stuff, or the electric jack, you don't need it. You can get by with a pickup truck and a collapsible stand. Usually the tailgates come out right around where they need to be, and you can just roll them right in there, so not a big deal. Anyways, my next race will be at MCC. It will be the weekend after Easter. I'll be running the 206 Masters there. I think the crowd keeps getting bigger every year, so hopefully they'll have some pretty good turnout. And that will do it for this video. So hopefully things go better next race, and have a little bit better video for you. So have a good one, everybody. Take care.